Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're looking at a story that, well, it really makes you question everything you think you know about trust, especially with the people closest to you.
Yeah, it digs into how fragile our ideas of family and love can actually be when something truly unthinkable happens.
So our mission today is to do a deep dive into Amanda's story. It's based on a real account called A Mother's Betrayal, and honestly, it reads like fiction. It's that shocking.
Right. We're going to trace it from the meet-cute beginning all the way to this absolutely devastating silent ending.
And pull out the key moments, but also, the bigger questions it raises about loyalty, trust, the human heart, really.
We've got this one really compelling narrative to work from, packed with emotional detail and a twist you just don't see coming.
Okay, so let's jump in. The story starts very cinematically, actually. Amanda's alone, empty highway in Tennessee, gets a flat tire.
Total vulnerability, right?
Yeah.
No phone signal, stranded. Just that sudden feeling of helplessness.
Exactly. And then, out of nowhere, Paul appears. The source calls him a guardian angel in a dusty pickup truck.
Mid-30s, calm smile, rolled up sleeves.
Yeah.
You can picture it.
And he just fixes the tire, before she can even really get her bearings or finish thanking him.
He just takes charge, solves the problem.
She's obviously super grateful, insists on buying him dinner, presses her business card into his calloused hands, the source says.
And he gives her this grin, right? I'll hold you to that.
It sets up this almost fateful rescue romance kind of vibe, doesn't it?
It really does. And what's so interesting there is how quickly that trust forms. In that moment of need, Paul is the rescuer.
He fills that role perfectly.
Yeah, and that can create a really intense bond super fast. These first interactions, the rescue, the dinner offer, they seem innocent, right?
Totally.
But they become the actual foundation for everything that follows. It's like accelerated trust building, skipping the usual steps.
And wow, did it accelerate? That one dinner becomes two, then it's those late night calls, the ones that go till sunrise?
Where you lose all track of time.
Yeah. And they discover they're practically the same person. Both love old Cary Grant movies, prefer wine, like quiet nights reading.
It sounds like the perfect match, like destiny.
Totally. And within a year, he's proposing. On one knee, right back at that same spot on the highway where they met.
That whirlwind romance, that feeling of finding your soulmate, it's incredibly seductive, isn't it?
Definitely.
But psychologically, that kind of intensity, while amazing, can sometimes, make you not see potential warning signs. Though, fair enough, none seemed obvious here at first.
Right, it just seemed perfect. So naturally, the next step is involving family. For Amanda, that's her mother, Linda.
Okay. And how did Linda react?
Oh, she was over the moon, according to the source. She's 43, so quite young, positioned as the cool mother-in-law.
And Paul apparently charmed her instantly.
Completely. But here's where it gets maybe interesting in hindsight. Linda insists on paying for everything.
Everything.
The dress, the flowers, even this incredible honeymoon to Italy. Amanda apparently hesitated, but Linda's line was, "Honey, you're all I have. Let me do this."
Wow. Okay. On one level, that's incredibly generous. Paints a picture of really strong mother-daughter support.
Yeah, it seems like unconditional love.
But it does raise questions, doesn't it? That level of extreme generosity. How do we read that in a family context? Is it purely selfless?
You think it could be something else?
Well, sometimes, not always, but sometimes, that kind of almost over-the-top giving can subtly blur boundaries. It can create a sense of obligation, maybe.
Yeah.
Or it could be related to what psychologists sometimes call enmeshment, where family roles aren't quite distinct.
So it might seem like pure support, but it could be setting up a different dynamic.
Potentially. It makes any future issues or betrayals feel even worse because there's this huge debt of gratitude. It's like an investment that goes beyond the typical parent-in-law role.
That's a really interesting angle. So they get married, and the honeymoon in Italy. Perfect, says the source. Just idyllic.
Sounds amazing.
So perfect, apparently, that when Linda suggests joining them for the last few days in Rome, Amanda thinks it feels natural.
Oh, the mother-in-law joining the honeymoon.
Yeah, just for the end a bit in Rome. The source describes them wandering the streets, laughing, eating gelato, feeling like this perfect little family Amanda had always dreamed of.
Okay, felt natural to Amanda. But looking at it from the outside, especially with what you just said about blurred boundaries,
It feels a bit off.
it's definitely unconventional. And it plays right into that idea of boundary erosion we were just talking about. For newlyweds, creating their own unit, their own space, is pretty crucial,
Even with loving family.
especially with loving families sometimes. Having mom join the honeymoon, even if it felt okay at the time, Sets a kind of precedent, doesn't it? It keeps those boundaries a bit fuzzy.
Yeah, I can see that. It seems innocent, but it's part of this pattern.
Exactly. It contributes to this dynamic where the lines between the couple and the parent are maybe not as clear as they should be. Makes the unit more vulnerable, perhaps.
And it seems that perfect little family feeling didn't last long after they got back. The cracks started showing pretty quickly.
The fairy tale started to unravel.
Big time. Fights started small, Paul getting annoyed about dishes, Amanda getting irritated by his sudden perfectionism, stuff like that.
Normal newlywed friction, maybe.
At first, yeah, but it escalated. Slamming doors, raised voices, then those awful, long, cold silences that stretched for days.
Oof, that's rough.
And then there was this one huge fight about money. Paul just grabbed his keys and stormed out.
Okay.
And Amanda yelled after him, "Fine, go running to mommy like you always do."
Wow, that line. Knowing what we know is coming.
Right. It's chilling in retrospect, but at the time, maybe just a frustrated jab.
But it points to something, doesn't it? Marital conflict happens, sure. But the way it escalated, the silences, Paul storming out.
Suggests deeper issues.
Yeah, maybe an inability to resolve conflict together. And that accusation, running to mommy, it suggests Linda was already involved somehow, maybe as a confidant for Paul.
Like a third point in the triangle.
Exactly. Triangulation. It undermines the couple's ability to sort things out themselves. And it makes Amanda feel, well, probably pretty alone in the marriage, pushing her towards seeking comfort elsewhere.
And where does she go for comfort?
Let me guess.
Linda's.
Straight to Linda's. Packed a bag, drove over, desperate for that warm kitchen and unconditional love, as the source puts it. She just wanted her mom.
You can just picture her pulling up, meeting that safe haven.
But as she turns onto the street, everything just stops. Time seemed to stop.
What does she see?
She saw Paul and Linda walking down the sidewalk holding hands.
No.
Yes, laughing about something, their faces lit up by the streetlight. And Linda was visibly, unmistakably, obviously pregnant.
Oh my God, pregnant?
Amanda just watched, hands shaking on the wheel as Paul kissed Linda's forehead and then put his hand protectively on her pregnant belly.
I have no words. The layers of betrayal.
And then the math hits her.
Right.
Simple, devastating math. Linda had Amanda young, so she was only 43. Paul was 35.
Her mother was only 8 years older than her husband. Yeah. The shock, the horror. It's almost impossible to imagine.
It really is. And that description, time seemed to stop. That captures the psychological trauma perfectly.
Yeah.
It's that moment where your entire reality shatters.
And it's silent observation, isn't it? No argument, no explanation needed. Just boom, undeniable proof.
Right there in front of her eyes.
Yeah.
It's not just her husband betraying her, it's her mother. The one person meant to be unconditional love and support.
It breaks everything. Her marriage, her family, her whole understanding of the world.
It's that cognitive dissonance kicked up to an unbearable level. How do you reconcile love for your mother and husband with that? You can't. It obliterates both trusts instantly.
So what does Amanda do? Does she confront them? Scream?
Based on the tone so far, I'm guessing? No.
Absolutely not. The source is explicit. No confrontation, no screaming match, no dramatic scene, just silence.
She just stayed in the car.
Never got out, drove home, completely numb, packed her things, and just vanished. Disappeared from both of their lives without a single word.
Just gone.
And the source mentions therapy later, but says it couldn't touch the betrayal. Which makes sense, right? How do you even start to explain this to someone?
Hi, my mom and my husband are having a baby together. It's beyond comprehension.
So she changed her name, moved away, started a completely new life, never spoke to either of them again.
That silent exit,
Yeah.
it speaks volumes, doesn't it? Just
Yeah.
a profound trauma response.
Like the betrayal is so deep, words just fail.
Exactly. Confrontation feels impossible, maybe even pointless. The violation is just too extreme. Disappearing, cutting all ties, changing her identity. It's radical self-preservation.
The only way to survive it, maybe?
For some wounds, yes. It suggests the foundation was so utterly destroyed, the only option was to just leave the ruins entirely and try to build something new somewhere else, as someone else.
And even after doing all that, starting over completely, the questions don't just go away, do they?
How could they?
The source says sometimes, late at night, she still wonders about the baby.
Oh, God. The baby.
Her half-sibling.
Yeah.
And also her husband's child.
The family tree alone is just mind-bendingly awful. That child is a living, breathing symbol of the betrayal.
It's such a tangled, disturbing web.
That connection, even though it's through trauma, It binds her to them in this incredibly complex and painful way. It's why she has to actively try not to think about it.
Yeah, the source says mostly she tries not to think at all. And it concludes with this really devastating insight Amanda gained.
What's that?
That the cruelest truth she learned that night wasn't just that people you love can hurt you, it's that sometimes they can hurt you in ways so unthinkable that you spend the rest of your life wondering if you ever really knew them at all.
Wow, that hits hard. Because it forces you to reevaluate everything. Every memory, every interaction with them suddenly looks different. Did you ever know the real person?
It completely changes your past, present, and future, your ability to trust anyone.
It fundamentally warps your perception of reality and human connection.
So, just to recap, we've traced Amanda's story from that chance meeting, that rescue,
Through the whirlwind romance, the seemingly perfect marriage, the supportive family,
all the way to this unimaginable betrayal involving the two people she trusted most, her husband and her own mother.
a betrayal that just completely redefined her entire world.
Yeah, Amanda's story is just brutal proof that sometimes the deepest pain comes from the deepest connections.
It really forces you to confront the possibility that you might not truly know the people closest to you, and their capacity to inflict harm can be, well, unthinkable.
It's a chilling thought, isn't it? That the foundations we build our lives on can be shattered so completely by those we let inside.
Absolutely. And her response, that total silence and disappearance.
It leaves you wondering, doesn't it? When you face something that catastrophic, is cutting everything off the only way to cope? Is there any other path?
Or is the damage just too profound for any kind of conventional healing or resolution?
Yeah. How would you, listening right now, even begin to navigate a betrayal that deep, that complex within your own family?
Definitely something to sit with, a really heavy, provocative question to end on.